Hi, I'm Pamela of Yoga to Sleep, and today I will be talking about the first Niyama. Niyamas are sort of internal rules or observances. And in my previous videos, I've been speaking to the 5 yamas. So you can see those previous videos. Today, I'm going to talk about the first niyama, which is Saucha or purity. So, what does that mean, purity? And what is a niyama really? It's more of a subtle aspect, it's more subtle. So, if you think about yamas, they're external actions. Satya, for instance, truth. How can I move in space in an external way? And truth and humility. So, Saucha is purity. So, how am I purifying my body? So, that could be with food, with what I cleanse with, the type of lotion I put on, deodorant I use, makeup. That could be what's going on in our mind. During this time, we're dealing with a lot of mental anguish, I'll say, during these trying COVID times. What is getting in the way of purifying, cleansing negative thoughts in our minds? What are our words holding as they relate to purity? Are we being honest with our words? And by purity, I don't mean necessarily that you can't curse or anything like that when you get angry, but how are you choosing in a moment of reflection to communicate with others using your voice and words? What's going on with your thoughts, right? What's going on with your feelings, emotions as it relates to purity? Are you anxious all the time? What practices can you employ? Yoga practices, meditation, breath, asana, movement, to cultivate saucha, to cultivate this kind of cleansing of the space of our bodies, hearts, and minds. So I believe in using breath practices to cleanse the body. Nadi Shodhana is probably my favorite. That's alternate nostril breathing because it regulates the nervous system, really downregulates the sympathetic nervous system, and increases parasympathetic or rest and digest parts of our nervous system. So I love Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. Taking just a deep breath is a way to cleanse, to purify, to employ saucha. Using asana and postures to move energy, to move some stagnant energy that is getting in the way of saucha in our bodies, right? Examining what toxins are in our body. So again, going back to, and I started this conversation with what we use on our body, in our bodies. A lot of people have been talking about that as it relates to food lately, the vaccine lately. And what I would say is it's interesting, these conversations. And also, what are you putting in your body on a day-to-day basis? We eat so much processed food, you know, some of that is in some ways more arduous, more horrible. I mean, that's regulated. The food that's processed is also regulated by the FDA and the government and all of that stuff. So really paying attention to day-to-day stuff, paying attention to what you put on your body. Lots of things have chemicals in them. When we're using, lots of people are wearing makeup. What's in that? Have they been tested on animals? Those kind of questions. So this is really an open, this is about choice, but also an open discussion about what's actually happening in the hypocrisy of these times, quite frankly, as it relates to our bodies. How can we release baggage from trauma that we've been holding on to, that we are choosing not to move out of our bodies? So often, and that's a choice, it's maybe an arduous one, but often we deal with trauma, but we don't want to use all the tools necessary to process, to move through those emotions, those hurt feelings, those thoughts, and siphon our way to clarity, to cleansing and clarity. to a better life. So what's getting in your way? Well, my business partner and I often play Bag Lady by Erica Badu. You gonna hurt your back dragging all those bags like that, right? What are you holding on to? What can you let go of? What tools do you need to employ? Sometimes it's you can't do all the things you think. Well, I'm going to detox. I'm going to do this. Yeah. Sometimes you need to go to a therapist, right? To cleanse, to have an objective person guide you, because really it's you ultimately that's being empowered and subsequently embodied through these practices, right? Drink more water. We are dehydrated. We're walking around dehydrated. Drink more clear, clean water. So all of these things, the traumas, the stress, the anxiety, weigh down the heart, mind, and body. And what Saucha asks us to do, what implores us to do, is to cleanse, the release, let go of all of that in ways that we can. And we can do that simplistically. We can dive deeper as it relates to, oh, maybe I want to do a detox. Maybe I want to take yoga every day in classes, or just have a 15-minute asana practice. So just really weighing that. What does Saucha mean for you? Saucha helps us create space to experience spirit, to experience and allow and let in divine energy. So this strengthens our body, our vessel, right? That's holding our soul, to clear the mind. So this journey of Saucha is inward. It's going in, going within. It's a subtle space. So I have a couple of questions for you as I wrap this video up. What can you cleanse, clear, and let go of? How can you pull Saucha into your life? And how can you be pure in relationship with yourself and with others? So how can you practice Saucha with yourself first as it relates to self-discovery and self-love and self-care? And then subsequently use that to relate to others. So yes, practice Saucha. And if you're already using Saucha as a daily practice or as a prompt for meditation, put down in the comments. Let me know. Thank you. Have a blessed day.